the Dogon goddess because in Dogon she's called Hemmitt. Now, I'll show you where I'm going with this. Now, I've been dealing with her since February, and all of a sudden I come down here and I see all these fish. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes the fish, in order for you to notice certain things that's going on or what type of energy that's inside of you, the energy that's inside of the lake, is all connected. Something has to die as a symbol. You see? So these fish, otherwise we wouldn't have known that this is some type of something that's spiritual that's happening. This is a spiritual response. Not unless you have these dead fish. Just as a sign. So what is the sign? The sign is, in one of the traditions, is Yemonja is also a goddess or a god called Orokun. That's the god that's in the deep sea. Yemonja is the sea. Orokun is one that resides under the sea. It's supposed to be her masculine half, but they're two halves of the same entity. They say when Orokun rises, one day Orokun will rise from the sea. And when he rises from the sea, the first thing that will start happening is people will not be able to hide undercurrent thoughts or ulterior motives. You will be able to read people just by their own behavior because they can't mask certain pathologies or certain way they feel about you or certain conspiracies. You see what I'm saying? Or certain things on what they're going to conspire. That's the first level of you seeing things, but the ultimate is talking about the soul rising. The soul rising. Now, they would make this evil in the Bible as Leviathan, but Jonah was swallowed by the whale. These are metaphysical things. The whale represents the physical illusion around you that you've seen the movie The Matrix, that shields you from the truth. The physical, crude body. So Jonah, swallowed by the whales, is the same vibratory rate slowing down to get you trapped into a physical body. You see what I'm saying? So this is the metaphysical thing of Jonah being swallowed by the whale. But the science has been lost, or either there's certain priesthoods that keep those particular science quiet and give the people the little fairy tales, and you don't really understand the real meanings of it. Other than don't do this and don't do that, you're going to hell. See what I'm saying? Which is a whole other spiritual aspect. The heat of hell that they talk about is when the dog star is in the sky doing from June 21st on into August something, on into dog days. The heat. You see what I'm saying? That's the ancient word for that, the whole summer solstice thing. There's a whole lot of stuff with this stuff. Symbolism later on broken down to give you these fairy tale stories to put you in fear because somebody politically didn't want a certain group of people to understand the truth. So they took the same mythology of high science and to put you into fear. So here you are 40, 50 years, 30 years plus, still believing in some spook stuff. Of a devil and a pitchfork. You see what I'm saying? And it's become a scapegoat for every messed up thing that you did in your life. You say the devil made me do it. That's a scapegoat. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole other philosophy. So in so many words, I've already gave you part of the mythology of why those particular fish were doing what they're doing. And it will lead to, as you take a magical diary, it will lead to greater understanding of knowledge. But ultimately, it will lead to something that's transforming in your own life. That's the mystery. Everything that you deal with on the greater universe has to go back to what is the minute universe or the inner universe, which is inside of you. And that's the ultimate aspect of that, you see.